What is up, everyone? It is Hump Day, and that means it's Banger Wednesday. I'm glad you guys joined us tonight. As you can see, we have a ton of people in Discord, a bunch of great bands lined up for tonight. And real quick, everyone was obviously enjoying the tunes before we came into this show, and I just want to let everyone know, if it's your first time, every track you hear on this show is a band that has been featured on this show. So these are guys that played, and gals, that have been featured on our previous shows, and I played all of them from our official Banger Wednesday Spotify playlist, and that is where every band that's ever been on this show will be, and that's where all these guys you're going to listen to tonight will end up landing after we wrap this show up. But you know what? Let me also say this. That storm that we have going through the U.S. right now is playing games with my sinuses. So if I sound a little different than usual, that's why. My bad. Deal with it. I can't do anything about it. But I wasn't going to not do the show. So bear with me on that. But you know what? Let's hop straight into it, because we have a band from across the drink. And for you guys that don't know what that means from across the ocean. And they are way ahead of us in the future. They're time travelers. So I want to get them on so they can speak and we can listen to their track so they can go to bed at a decent hour. So I got Chris and Greg from Project for a Better Dream on. Why don't you guys unmute yourself? Tell us a little bit about your band and the track we're going to play. You're still muted, buddy. Still no audio, my friend. Hang on, let me help you, I think. How about now? Nope, no audio from you, buddy. Give it another shot. We have time. In the meantime, I will address Bo. Yes, dude, this weather is killing me. Absolutely. Oh, and Bryce, yeah. Whew. I mean, as much as I like those guys in that band, I try and be fair. I try and get new bands in as much as possible, and then I pull in some bands that's been here before, in emergency cases. But yeah, I love those guys. I'd love to have them every show for sure. All right, I'm giving these guys a little bit longer, see if they can get that mic working. It was working great a minute ago.
Yeah, we're good
hey,
right now.
There we go. Hey.
Yeah, guys.
All right. So, yeah, the floor is yours. Tell us a little bit about the band, where you guys are from, and if you got any inspiration or insight for the track, feel free to share it with us. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, we're from Hungary. It's in the middle of Europe. My name is Greg. I'm the singer. The guy next to me is called Chris. He's the guitarist. The track you're about to hear is called Passing of a King. It was inspired by Infant Annihilator. I mean, the lyrics. We were trying to find a new sound because I entered the band, and the guys were trying to find a new sound because they wanted to change from progressive to something more understandable. So we tuned down to more understandable themes, and the guitar players tried to find something that sounds Egyptian or Eastern. That's up to you guys to decide if it hit the spot. And yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Yeah, so I mean, just with your description, I got a ton of questions and comments, but I'm going to save it till after we listen to the track. So unless either you guys got anything more to say, I'm going to hop straight into it. Good?
Yeah, we're all good.
Okay, let's hop straight into that track. So we have, let me get back on the playlist. We have The Passing of a King, Project for a Better Dream. Here we go.
The
All right. All right. Kill that song. I don't want to play the next one yet. All right. So I'm gonna say something real quick too. So I definitely um, do get why you mentioned those kind of Egyptian vibes. I do see that present there in the track, and I had to put my finger on it. And I'm sure some of the guys in chat and gals in chat will probably agree. You guys are kind of dancing on two sides of the metalcore um, subgenre there. You got those instances where you're really modern and instances where you kind of touch on more traditional style. I did see in chat someone mentioned August Burns Red, and I think that was definitely a good reference. I'm just kind of scrolling up. There was a few other people that chimed in that I do want to shout for. Let's see. Bryce reminds me of a band called Dark Sermon. Off the top of my head, I'm not real familiar with that band, so I can't say I agree or not. But if that's what he feels, that's what he feels, and I trust him. Let's see. And as you guys can see, my good friend Bo. So you guys know Bo's been on the show before. He kind of shows up to support all the bands every Wednesday. He just plugged in the Spotify link for that song we just listened to. And again, just to remind everyone, all these tracks will be on the Spotify Banger Wednesday playlist. So, with that said, you were mentioning tuning before. So what tuning for your guitars did you land on for this track?
Yeah, so we're going with drop C, and we saw somebody in the chat mentioning the scales. We were trying to hit the Lydian scale. The guy who writes our music is, I mean, how do you say? He's easily hurt, and we were trying to bully him into making something sounding with the Lydian scale, and we were trying to push him further and further, and he came up with this. Um, Tuning wise, we stuck with drop C because we're going with the six strings, and we didn't want to go any lower so that we can stick with the melody and still have breakdowns which hit hard. And I forgot to mention before we listened to the track that Chris is also on the track with vocals, with the high ends, and then obviously with the low ones and the middle ones.
Yeah, so again, great choice of tuning because like you said, whenever you're in that particular tuning and that's why I think it's so commonly used, it's still clear and crisp enough so you can hear all those different melodies and harmonies and whatever you're throwing in there. But again, as you pointed out, you can still get the chug, and I think that's why in the early days of metalcore specifically, I can't think of many bands that were not in C. I mean, with the exception of like maybe I think Trivium was down in B, but most of the other guys were in C or maybe a little up. Because As I Lay Dying came into the scene, I think in drop D. So yeah, C is kind of like just classic metalcore, and it's just ingrained in that subgenre. So yeah, it makes total sense why you chose that tuning, especially on six strings. That's awesome. Do we have any other questions or anything from chat for these guys? Great song, man. Great song. It was a great song to start the
Thanks
show.
a lot, man.
Yeah. No other questions in the chat. Well, I guess that means, guys, you get to go to bed at a fairly, I say fairly decent hour. It's probably really late over there already, but but yeah. Let me say this, okay? For all those watching, and for those watching in the other future, which would be the YouTube future, when we finish up with Twitch in a couple days, I'll take it down from Twitch. I'll transfer it over to YouTube for everyone to watch, rewatch, and plug with their own bands and whatnot. But in that YouTube description, I will put links to these bands so you can find them. But in case you can't get around to that, you can always find them again on the Banger Wednesday Spotify playlist. With that said, do you guys have anything else you want to add?
Yeah, we just want to thank you all for having us on this podcast. And to the other bands, we don't mean to be an asshole. It's just real fucking late, and we just have to go to bed because we're working in the morning. So
no, man, no. We appreciate you taking that hit to be here with us. It was definitely worth it for us. It was a great track, man. It really was.
Thanks a lot again.
All right, guys.
And have fun, guys.
Yep, thank you, and you're welcome to go as you need. All right. With that said, I'm going to start moving on to the next track. And this is going to be a band called Quiet, if I'm not mistaken. And that is Josh we have in Discord representing them. So, Josh, you mind unmuting?
How's it going, everybody?
All right, Josh. Why don't you give us a little bit of info to chew on about the band and this track we're about to check out?
Sure. My name is Josh. We are Quiet from the Tampa Bay area. We've actually been a band, excuse me, for about 7 years. But it's been kind of intermittent as far as stuff getting done. We've had families and kids and what have you, but it's just mainly myself and another guitar player do all of the writing, and we've had some session musicians do some of the rest of the stuff that we were very, very involved with. We're actually just about to gear up with finishing the writing of our second album that we'll probably head into pre-pro on within the next month or two that I'm really excited about. The track for this album actually came out in 2021. It was recorded in 2020, but obviously the world exploded. So we just kind of sat on it for a little while, and then things were not necessarily happening fast enough. So we said, let's just put it out there and see what happens. And we're really happy with the response. And now I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody else thinks of what is my favorite track on the album.
Okay. And before we go into it, let me ask you this. In your mind, what kind of genre you thinking you guys fall into? Subgenre?
We would probably hew closest to like a progressive metalcore style, something like Between the Buried and Me.
Okay.
Kind of a bit all over the place. We'll genre jump in songs a few times. There's a few different. You can hear different touch points in this track too, of kind of pulling from all different sorts of sources. Like my musical background is bagpipes, so I come to it from like a completely different area. So obviously learning guitar and stuff, but like harmonies and things like that. There's only 9 notes on a bagpipe, so there's only really so much you can do with it. So it was really a good kind of foundational training for how to take something simpler and try to make it a little more interesting. And I hope that comes through with what we're doing.
Well, I have 2 things to say. One, I think that is the first time I've ever heard a backstory like that. You come from the bagpipes, so I mean that's kind of
the opening track to the album has bagpipes on it.
So like, well, I mean, well, so obviously we've heard Korn, did some similar things, but other than that, like, how often do you hear that? Yeah, I'm in metal and I came from bagpipes. It's not the normally the next step in the sequence, but I love it. And the other thing I want to touch on is that everyone's probably wondering why the hell is he asking this guy what genre it is, because obviously I selected his track to play tonight. Well, newsflash, I don't listen to the tracks until the night of the show. I joke about it every episode. If any band wants to get me or rickroll me or send me some random garbage and I'll play it live on the show, they will probably get me because I do not screen them. Please don't do that to me, but I don't screen them. So that's why I asked that question. And with that said, enough talk. We're going to go right into this track. So here we go. This is Quiet, and the track is called Try.
The ocean has sifted under. Will the sunlight cease to exist? A death within our life, a spark that has no light to give. Around and around it still goes. I stand there, a broken, tired man, unable to step off his legs, unwilling to ignore. What does this mean? Oh, pride, power, none of that is real. All that is real is the light. But it burns all the same. dream, another reason to fly. We will rise. The flashing in our eyes shows our identity. A broken mirror sees all. Somewhere inside the pattern seen, the flag is waving. Surrender to your light. The planet seems unfurled. The world is waiting. That's all we can ever do. It's try. I see you. I won't let you fade away. I see you reach for me. And now I know your name.
All right. Well, from bagpipes to that's definitely an interesting way to go. So, okay, I want to go to chat first because I'll talk too much and not let Chet get a chance. Oh, you know what? And I want to put this plug in here real quick. So Virgo, Sun, Scorpio, Moon, pro Twitch streamer. If you like watching games and Twitch streamers play games, go find her, follow her. She's awesome. And let me hop back to the track. All right. Bo had a question about guitar modeling, but I want to make that question a little bit more specific. One, did you guys use a pitch shifter, or were these higher string guitars that you guys were just being really creative with? And again, if you also touch on the modeling for these guitar tones.
Yeah, sure. Excuse me. We actually play 8-string guitars, so we tune it basically as a half step dropped 7-string, and then we have the octave of the lowest string. So our lowest string is an E flat.
Yep.
And then the modeling, we did it. We tracked through at Axe Effects, and then we sent that off. Sent those signals over to our engineer Connor through Hollowed Records, Hollowed Studios. They are actually the two guys that make up that company are the vocalist and guitar player of Bro Job. So we're pretty good buddies with those guys. And he mixed it and did a lot of the orchestration stuff. It was really an all hands on deck group effort, and I couldn't have been happier with how it came out.
Oh yeah, I mean, you definitely should be happy because that track's pretty badass, man.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, and we had some other people shouting out some of the bands that it reminded them of. I know I saw Inner Shikari. I know I saw Veil of Maya. I definitely agree, and I think you definitely hit the nail on the head with saying there was some prog metalcore in there.
Somebody in the chat mentioned Sick, which is definitely for me a really big influence. I really love that Euro, and Fell Silent too, like Monuments and all that sort of Euro proggy metalcore stuff. Can't get enough. So
Yeah.
I definitely it seeps into what I do no matter what.
Yeah, so good call, Bryce. I'm looking at that in chat right now. Good call, Bryce. Definitely. But man, yeah, it was a well done track. And the reason I asked about the guitars because there was moments where it was just like, I know that's an 8-string, but then you would go through these segments where it's like, okay, are they still playing on an 8-string? Because I'm not hearing that. I'm not hearing the nastiness that normally comes with an 8-string.
No, we try to keep the lowest string as more of like a textural kind of thing. Like I primarily write it as if it's a 7-string, but then when you just need that extra little bit of nuts in it, you go for the low string.
So in translation, guys, what he's saying is he is more refined than us savages that just beat the hell out of the lowest string on the guitar.
I don't like to brag, but I'm just kidding. No,
Yeah.
I meant to say it before we started. That last band ripped. So this was definitely a tough act to follow.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. So some of the new stuff I'm writing on the new album I'm doing, I use an 8 string, and I'm not gonna lie, I beat the hell out of that top string. Sometimes, sometimes I forget I can count higher than 0 and 1. But
Hey, that's all right.
no, I'm just
It's
messing.
whatever you're going for, man.
No, I'm just
It's whatever
messing.
you're going for.
I'm not that bad, but no, man. Again, great track. And honestly, it's a little lengthier than tracks I'm used to listening to on the show. But the beauty of it is it didn't really get old. You know, like a Tool song. Maybe this is just me, but after I've listened to a Tool track for like 2 minutes, I'm over it. I'm like, okay, I can skip to the next one, and I don't need to hear the other 5 or 20 minutes on that one track.
Right.
This song kind of felt like it kept evolving all the way from start to finish, so it had a really great feel. So well done, man. Really well done.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Anything else you want to plug?
I mean, I would love for everybody to head over to our Spotify and pass it along. Tell all your friends. I mean, we're like I said, we're gearing up for whatever's next, and we're really excited to see what happens. I would definitely want to give a shout out to. I saw somebody was mentioning the vocals. It's our good friend Adam Hutton, who plays in a band called Prepare the Grave, which is kind of like an alien predator kind of core band that actually just put a new track out called Tombstone, so you should check that out. And then the guy who played drums, his name is Matt Pointer, who actually, funny enough, another sort of eclectic styles all coming together. His day job is he drums for the reggae band, the Hip Abduction. And I've just been friends with him for a long time, and we played in bands. He played in metal bands before, probably 10, 15 years ago, that we played shows together and just kind of kept in touch and found this opportunity and couldn't turn it down.
Outstanding. A great match. That's all I can say. You guys meshed well together on this track. I mean, there's nothing else to say, man. The song bangs. It's a great track. And with that said, thank you very much for submitting it. I'm glad you guys did that, and I was able to get you on the show. It was definitely a little twist on some of the common, I say common subgenres that we normally hear on here, but you added a little extra flavor to it, which was nice change of pace. So definitely, again, thank you very much. And like he said, he wants you guys to go find him on Spotify. And if you happen to get lost along the way, it will be in the YouTube description. I don't know, somewhere is around here-ish.
Yeah, if you search Quiet, there's about 30 Quiet Riot bands on Spotify. So definitely, if there's a direct link, that would be the easiest way.
Well, here's a cheat sheet, and I'm going to say it all night. Go to the Banger Wednesday official Spotify playlist, and you will easily find him there. And then you can click on the song.
I just teed you up for that plug.
yeah, you did well. And you just click on his band, and you can chase him from there straight to his band. So that's a little cheat sheet in case you get lost. All right. Thank you again for showing up. Thank you again for that great track. And with that said, we're going to move on to the next band. We got Psychotic, and we got Brennan here. Just real quick, Brennan's been on the show before. He's kind of is helping me out. I had a band drop, so I gave him a shot. Hey, man, you want to come back? Do you have any new tracks? And he did, and here he is. And Brennan's got a great backstory. So, Brennan, if you don't mind, share some of your backstory, the band, and the track, and we'll check it out.
Yeah, so thank you so much for having me. The first song I showed on here is Deaf, and Deaf is about me losing half my hearing. I actually wear hearing aids, and I'm not even 30. I've been wearing them since I found out around the age of like 21, and I have tinnitus, and so it was a very depressing time for me. I felt like I was going through like a midlife crisis. Like, there's not a lot of musicians that have this issue. Like, when I got the brochure, it was just a bunch of old people, and I'm sitting there in my 20s, like early 20s, just panicking about it. So that song was just very therapeutic for me in terms of just writing that and getting all my feelings out about that. I have another song that's like a gym banger song, and then this song that I'm showing today, I don't know, I almost even creeped myself out with it. I tried to make it like Slipknot, but like Scissors, Prosthetics in Iowa. So like the more experimental like tracks. I basically just wrote it about like being in Saw, and then I'm not trying to like. I have like a Christian slant with the band, but I'm not trying to shove it down anybody's throats. But so I just try to like being in Saw and then like being in Hell, and that's basically where that track came from. I do almost everything minus the production, and then the only track that I didn't do all the vocals on was the Jim song. And yeah, that's really about it.
Well, you heard it. You heard it from the man. That's pretty much about it. So, without further ado, we're gonna just hop straight into that track because I'm sure we'll have questions afterwards. So here we go. We are going to listen to Psychotic, and the song is called Disgust. All right, and that is Psychotic. And again, Brennan, another great song. It's definitely inspiring for you to be able to come up with these tracks, especially with that that challenge you're facing. So again, a great track. I see we have chat saying I remind them of some Doomcore. Yeah, so you said Saw in the beginning. I kind of can see why you made that reference. There's definitely a lot of elements going on in there, and I don't want to use the word chaotic, but it kind of gives you that chaotic feel, and you kind of don't know what's coming next. And so it kind of makes sense with the mind games that Saw plays with you. So, or Jigsaw, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, great track. I'll tell you what, where are you primarily slinging all your tracks? Because I know I always play YouTube for you. Is that your primary platform?
You can find them on anything. So Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music. I believe it's even on like Amazon and like Deezer and like Tidal and stuff like that. So it's just anywhere. The Psychotic, the first C is with a K, and I put it backwards. It's kind of like homage to Korn, because they put the R backwards and then they use the K, and I just thought it would stick out and kind of fits the music. But thank you so much for having me. in all honesty, that track is probably my least favorite of the ones that have shown on the show. Like, I'm very happy with Aggression Redux and Death. So, and that Disgust is nothing like what any of my other songs are gonna be like. It's more so like what I was like showing you like before. But I had that for forever. I wanted to put it out, and yeah, here we are.
Yeah, man, it's a great track, man. You definitely put out another good one. And like he was saying, he's played a few other songs on the show, and all of those are on. You guys are gonna get tired of me saying it, but you're gonna remember it. The Banger Wednesday Spotify playlist. He's got some other tracks on there, so if you enjoyed that one or want to check out some of the other ones he mentioned, just find him there. And with that said, man, Brendan, I can't say enough thank yous for bailing me out again. Really appreciate you showing up for me.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. It's just another way for me to put myself out there. Who else can I mean, you've had people from Australia, so it's just, I've reached Australia, Germany, France, Japan, Hungary, the UK. So it's like I've gotten decently far now, I guess you could say. And then, if I could finish with the other tracks are like a mix of like Lowe's, Spirit Box, Thornhill, North Lane, Make Them Suffer, Gideon, Barrier, Korn, obviously Slipknot, and that's I feel like a good summary of what to expect from me if you just do decide to listen to more of my music.
Yep. And so just to touch on what he just said, I mean, that's amazing. I didn't realize he was getting that far of a reach from the show and the Spotify playlist. But I mean, we've been very fortunate to get bands as well as listeners from other countries into the show. And that was the whole plan behind starting this show. It was to give the bands that aren't normally heard a chance to reach more people, because we see it on YouTube all the time. There's 1,000,001 reaction videos or review videos of the same, I don't want to say the same old, but the same bands that, have platinum albums and multi-million-dollar record labels backing them. So they're getting the recognition and some. So whenever I saw those videos, I'm like, well, dude, why don't we do the same thing for the other bands that don't have these multi-million-dollar platforms? And it's just great to hear that it's actually working. For Brendan to say he's getting all these new hits from all over the world, then that means, hey, we're doing something right. And that was the whole premise behind it, because again, I'm just a solo project artist as well, and it's hard to get heard, and I was like, let's do this. So here we are. But again, thank you, Brendan. I talk a lot, so I'm gonna move on to the next band before I use up all my time talking. So thanks again, Brandon. All right, next band, Worth the Wait. I have James, Phil, Brock, and Robbie. Unmute yourselves, say hi, tell us a little bit about the band, the track that we're about to listen to, and just whatever you want us to chew on, just feed it to us.
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
Hey.
Hey, I'm Bill. I play bass.
I'm Rock. I'm the lead singer.
Robbie, drummer.
James. I'm James. I'm the guitar player.
So we're pretty new. I mean, I think we're rolling up here this next month on 1 year of being a band together, and a good probably 6 to 9 months of that was kind of getting our feet wet playing together, the 3 strings and the drums without vocals. And she popped up one day after kind of resisting. She's my wife. After resisting to be an option to sing for us, we couldn't find a lead singer, and she helped write this song before she was even part of the band. So she came up with the lyrical idea and kind of the vocal melody and brought it to us, and we just started developing it, and it's become kind of our hallmark. It's our first single. We released it 10 days ago. It's pretty much streaming everywhere. So.
Oh, so you guys gave us a really fresh one. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right. Anyone else want to plug anything from your band before I cue this up?
They're all bashful.
Oh, all good.
Oh yeah.
All good. All good.
No, I don't have anything to say. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. I get it, man. Save it for the live shows. I get it.
Absolutely.
Save it for when you're on stage. All right. Without further ado, then let me go ahead and get everyone over to that track, and this is going to be Worth the Wait, and the track is called Ever After. Here we go.
Worth the Wait, and the track is called Ever After. Here we go. Worth the Wait, and the track is called Ever After. Here we go.
All right. I like that ending. That's nice. All right. So, straight off the bat, chat obviously hit the nail on the head. Very, very punk inspired vibes there. And I'm kind of glad that you guys brought a track like this, because I think a lot of people, and I'm sure there's a big, huge debate, but a lot of people kind of forget that punk was such a really, really, really big influence on metal. A lot of people just automatically assume, because you see sometimes things are labeled as hard rock metal, that it was hard rock, and then you just kind of made that step over to metal. But that really wasn't the case in a lot of instances. It was a lot of punk bands that made that jump over to metal first. So very awesome. It had some very, very good hooks. It was very well done, very clean. Was all of this home studio, or did you guys actually make a trip to a studio and had a producer work with you guys? How'd that work out?
No,
we actually
go for it, Robbie.
We actually used B-Normus Productions in Milliken, Colorado. It was our first endeavor with him. We know a lot of other bands in the Denver area that have used him, and I mean, he just amazed us at how well he captured the live sound of the band, because we pride ourselves on being a really good live band and putting out a high energy show, and to translate that through this track we thought was pretty brilliant.
Okay, so basically you're saying when you guys were doing what, like mic'd cabs on your guitars, or
No, all the strings were emulated. I don't know exactly what the emulation was on the guitar. James might have more response to that, but it was Black Lash for the bass. It was live drum track, so he liked the drums and got an absolutely phenomenal sound on the drum kit.
You're still muted there, James, buddy. Let me see if I can help you out here. Maybe I just need to give you the magic touch. There you go. Speak freely.
You're on mute.
Oh, he muted himself back. Hang on, buddy.
Jimmy Nichols, everyone. Jimmy Nichols.
Jimmy Nichols.
Got it. Let me see if I can help you again.
Okay, am I there?
Hey, there we go.
Yep.
Oh, that was just a preview of what usually happens at rehearsals too. So now that you guys can see that I usually have a hard time with plugging stuff in and making sure there's sound.
Yeah, right.
That's what she said.
To answer to further along the question, Van, he simulated a Marshall JCM 900, and yeah, that was a big guitar tone for me. Like you, I am a heavy metalcore guy. That's kind of my playing style, how I kind of learned. So, yeah, that was pretty cool to hear that amp tone, because I was using like a heavier tone before we went into the studio, and yeah, he just hit it right on with that tone, man. It blends the song really well, and I just thought it sounded really great.
Yeah, it was definitely a great sound. Looking at chat while you're talking, and in Human Hands, it reminds him of some NoFX. Bryce says it was really beefy. Bryce also said it makes him want a PBR, which I always want a PBR. But yeah, that track definitely helped. Yeah, that's
I'll
what.
take that.
Yeah, I was back.
It's good to know. It's good to know we're hitting our target demographic.
There you go. Yeah, you hit the PBR users. I'm sure there's some high life guys in there as well that you're hitting.
Yeah, I mean we're all metal people, like metal kids growing up. But there's also just this huge love for punk, and there's just so many hooks and so much energy that you can borrow from a lot of that stuff. So we're trying to kind of grab a lot of that stuff and at the same time just make it absolutely as heavy as possible.
Yep. Yeah, and again, like I was just saying a minute ago, a lot of people don't realize that, punk was where a lot of great metal stemmed from. And if you really were listening to that track, people, you would definitely have heard a lot of the chugging and syncopation that you hear in a lot of metal, and it's something you really don't hear in rock, in hard rock even for that matter. It's definitely from the punk world. So it was great that you guys brought that. It's not a flavor we get all the time on the show, but I love the genre from A to Z. So I get excited when I hear something that is on the other end of the spectrum than normal for us, and it gives me that opportunity to act like I'm smart and I know what I'm talking about and plug all these little fun facts in there. So I do appreciate it.
You definitely seem to. I mean, we definitely, it's absolutely what we try to do. Again, we try to ride that line, and we, around town when we're playing shows, we're playing with all kinds of bands, similar to some of the stuff we've heard tonight on that edge of metalcore, all the way to stuff that's, even softer than us, that we're kind of like, hey, you guys got to keep up a little bit more. So, but yeah, so we have that same love, and it's good that you guys are appreciative of kind of what we do, and we'd be stoked to be able to come back and share another track with you here in a couple months.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm glad you made that comment because it's something I like to plug on the show. Obviously, like Brennan and Bryce, can attest. This isn't a one-hit wonder show. You're always welcome to come back when you release a new track. Just keep in touch. I do try to get new bands on first so they can get their shot, and then whenever I have empty slots, I'll get you guys back on. So definitely keep in touch with me, and we'll get you back on. And with that said, any other things you'd like to say?
Thanks for having us, man. It was really cool.
Yeah, really appreciate it, man. Go check out the Spotify playlist. He's got a lot of good bands, so that's all I got.
Yeah, so we've heard, right? Yeah, the rumor. Yeah. All right. All right.
Thanks again, man.
No, thank you guys. That was great to get a little change of pace in here, man. Get a different flavor, and that was worth the wait, guys. So go find them. You know where to find them. I'm not gonna say it again. All right. And so up next, I got Inhuman Hands, and I got Jared. Where you at, Jared, my boy? Saw you. There you are.
Yeah.
All right, man. So give us something to chew on. Tell us what your band's about, what this track's about, what we're getting ourselves into.
So we're a metalcore based out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. We ended up flying Pablo Viveros out from Utah to record and produce this EP that we got coming out in a week and a half. Probably like last year. So we've been sitting on it, trying to perfect our live performance and marketing as well. We put out 2 singles, Hollow Hell and Veil of Perception, over the last couple months. Today we're showing you Hollow Hell. Basically the EP, right, is based on the 5 stages of grief, and in order from the first to last: denial, anger, and so on. The song Hollow Hell is the 4th stage, which is depression. So we kind of decided that we wanted to make more like more, I guess, radio friendly, more typical metalcore, like MySpace metalcore type vibes, to try to reach that like broader demographic.
Right on. I love me some metalcore. I'm a core kid. That's where I cut my teeth, man. So I'm anxious. I'm ready to hear it. But real quick, we do have another pro Twitch streamer that hopped in, Pain and Gain 1865. You guys, again, like gaming, make sure you go follow her and give her some support. But back to my boy Jared. Man, I just from what you said, I have so many questions, but I don't want to waste them now. I want to listen to the track first. So let me cut my own self off. We're gonna go straight to your track, bro, and then we're gonna talk about it because I got some questions already. So without further ado, let's go straight to it, and we are going to play. Come on, screen. Let's move. We're going to play Hollow Hell by Inhuman Hands. Here we go. Oh, and it's a video, so keep your eyes on the screen.
Surrounded by
All right, hang on. My screen got away from me here, but all right, I got things to say. As you guys probably already know, I have a lot to say about everything. All right, Jared. So first off, definitely thank you for submitting the video. You guys, actually, now I'm thinking about it, you're one of the few videos that we've had on here that was kind of live performance inspired, and you guys have a great energy, man, for sure. Very, very powerful stage presence. But let's see. Let me be nice. Let me go to chat for a second because I'll steal everything.
It's funny. That video was actually taken like at a live show. I mean, there are some people out there that take live videos and they're not actually playing live
Right.
shows. So it's kind of cool that this was actually a legit show.
That's awesome, man. I love it. It definitely adds to the track because you said it was metalcore, and it clearly it definitely had some metalcore in it. But the performance is with the filthiness of you guys' style. I mean that in the best way ever, by the way. It let so much energy emote out, or hearing it, seeing it, then you get that feel. And it was kind of sneaky because like I just said, some of it was like kind of like really dirty and filthy, really grungy, and you really wanted to dig in deep. But then you snuck in those little melodies and stuff, leads that brought you back into that melodic kind of metalcore feel that everyone's used to. So it was pretty cool. It was deceptive, but it was very cool. Definitely a banger for sure. Let's see here. And you know what? I was too busy watching. I was watching it, but I wasn't really like focusing in on some of the things I normally do. So you guys are what, on 6 strings?
Yeah, well, we started out on 6 strings, and then we ended up moving to 7 strings.
Okay.
We were tuned in A sharp for our earlier releases, like back in 2014, 2015. But since then, we've moved to just drop A in 7 strings.
And that one, this track was the drop A.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably why I kept using that word filthy, because like we talked about earlier, a lot of metalcore really likes to stick in that C range. If you're more of like a traditional style, the modern metalcore guys are the ones that play with all the crazy tunings. But and that's what kind of made it filthy, because you guys were using that more modern tuning, but you were still using a lot of like the more classical metalcore elements.
It's kind of how my buddy used to put it, right? It's not about how low you tune your guitar. It's about how you play it. I'm also not the guitar, so
yeah, but just little things like that, trying to use something that's a little bit more modern tuning, but yet you're still trying to throw down, the more I hate using the word traditional, but I can't think of another word, but a little bit more of the old school metalcore licks. That blend kind of brings you just a different flavor that's sometimes unexpected. You kind of tend to, okay, they're in drop C, they're kind of probably going to play the more traditional style. If they're in the more modern tune, they're probably going to play a little bit more in the modern style with their riffing and leads and whatnot. But you guys kind of mixed both, which was really cool. And like I said, gave me that filthy feel, but you snuck those leads in it to keep it, bright, I guess, keep it metalcore. So I'm talking a lot, but again, vocals were great too.
Thank you.
Again, your presence on stage was awesome, and then with a good vocal, you put those two together, and you're a force, man. It was very great, very excited.
It's this particular work of art is probably something I'm most proud of that I've done ever, and I would say probably my entire music career. Just the way that we're putting it together, the people that we worked with, and the cool music videos that we have dropping on the 19th. These are, well, this one and then the other one are the only 2 songs that are on the EP that we decided to drop early, just to kind of give a little sneak peek. But the rest of them, man, the whole body of work just speaks to me,
Well, there you go, guys. You heard it. On the 19th, you're going to get more of this, so make sure you're on the lookout for it. And again, thank you for letting us get a little taste ahead of time too. That's awesome that you allow us to do that. Hopefully a lot of people got a nice taste of it, and they're hungry to catch the rest of it on the 19th. But again, and remind me, you said Colorado, right?
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
I'm sorry, somebody else was from Colorado. But
yeah.
Let me ask you this. Oh shoot, I can't remember the name. We had another band out of that area a while back, and I just wanted to pick your brain and see if you had heard from them, heard of them. Let's see, give me 1 second. I want to scroll up through the Banger Wednesday Spotify playlist because they're on it. But the band was called Ocean Harvest. Have you heard of those guys?
Those guys are from Arizona. Yeah, Winston is my boy. Ocean Harvest. Sick.
Okay. See, I couldn't remember if it was New Mexico or Arizona, but I knew it was in that region. So it's funny you know them. So we had those guys. Ooh, that was probably 3-4 episodes ago. Another great band, but that's awesome that you know each other.
Guys are super chill. They actually just got back from tour in Japan.
Nice, good for them, man. They threw down a pretty sick track with us. It was pretty cool, man. They had a pretty cool story that went with it. So great. I'm glad you know who those guys are. Small world, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also the Albuquerque vibe. I mean, if anybody's watched Breaking Bad, I'm sure you know how small the town is.
Right.
But music industry is even smaller. So
right. I hear that. Well, my friend, thank you for bringing another badass track. And you guys nailed the shit out of it. I'm looking forward to checking it out on the 19th when you guys throw down the rest of those tracks. I'm gonna be on the lookout for it. And again, for everyone watching in the YouTube future, I'm gonna have plugs for these guys and every other band you heard tonight in the description, and they'll be on the playlist. But yeah, thanks again, man. And
good opportunity.
Yeah, not a problem, man. Not a problem. So with that said, we're going to move on to our final band, and that is going to be Sons of Thunder with Bryce, Marcus, and Clint. You guys know the drill. Who is the band, or what is the band, and what is this track about? What it be like, as they say?
So we got Marcus here. He's actually the guy who produced and mixed, mastered, and engineered this song. We're a MySpace era deathcore band. We released this through a label called Been There, Seen That. And funny thing is, we used to play in Albuquerque all the time, way back when. Yeah, with bands like Glen Mara, Besides Still Waters, a lot of those old bands from Albuquerque. So this song actually is we decided to get back together and release an EP. And this song, the whole EP is just featuring friends. We decided that we weren't going to go with big artists because that's pretty typical what everybody does. We decided to go with people that we thought were good. So this song has Dylan Buck from Doubting Thieves. He's absolutely incredible. He's a vocalist, and he is just insane good. And then for the guitar solo, we have Clayton King, which some of y'all may know him. He's from So It Begins. And he actually has been, I mean, this dude, I don't know if y'all follow him, but this dude, he has done so much. I mean, seriously. He was with, he just got off tour with a band called Nothing Nowhere. I didn't want to get that wrong, but he's absolutely incredible. And he's on this track. He did the solo for this track, and Marcus, he can tell you a little bit more about it. He's the one that did all the backbreaking labor to make us sound good. So
yeah. So I've known these guys for a while, and Clint, actually, I've known him since high school. So it's been fun doing this project with him. So it was a lot of back and forth. We would travel, do some pieces here and there. I would have the vocalist Chad come from like Corpus Christi area, come down over here to San Marcos. So yeah, it was real fun. I actually had to survive these guys because they always try to get me trash every time we record. Yeah, it was awesome though. But it was a good time.
I think the first time he came up to do the first set of songs, I think he lasted about an hour the first night.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm glad you're here because this is going to be a first for us too. Normally, we don't get the guy, the engineer, or the mixing and mastering expert along with the band. So I'm sure we'll have some questions after we listen to this, and we'll be judging you harshly. You know. No, I'm just messing. No, we're chill. But we definitely will have questions because again, a lot of the listeners are musicians and other bands, and so if they hear something they like, they're gonna ask. So all right. So how about enough talk? Let's just go ahead and listen to the track and develop those questions. And here we go. Let me get this queued up. And this is going to be a video as well, people, so make sure you keep your eyes glued to the screen. So here we go. Sons of Thunder, Cleanse, featuring Dylan Buck and Clayton King. Here we go. All right, all right, all right. Let me stop that so it doesn't. Don't want that action. All right. So let me see here. I'm gonna start off by saying the mixing and mastering super clean, man. Very very clean actually. You did a really good job on that one. So I'm gonna scroll through chat real quick. Dylan, I'm about to start hardcore dancing in the living room.
That's him singing at the beginning.
So he's not biased at all, is what you're saying.
No, not at all.
All right, all right, all right. Okay, so chat asked a question, and it was actually one I had in my mind too. What tuning are the guitars in?
G sharp, G sharp drop, G sharp.
Awesome. And I'm guessing that is sevens, right?
Yes, sir.
Right on, right on. And so Bryce, I swear I was paying attention, but remind me, what do you play in the band?
I play guitar. I do the guitar work for Shunned and this project as well.
Right, man. Yeah. So, and that's why I was asking, because the guitar work on this song was pretty awesome, man. You guys had a lot of different elements flying around in there. Like one minute you get the metalcore, the next minute you get some prog, the next minute you get like some hardcore stuff. It was really cool. I said it with one of the other bands earlier. The song as it progresses, it feels like it's constantly morphing, and so it doesn't get old. I had that same feeling on this one, and definitely good choice in video. I love that Akira.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that was definitely a good fit. So, Mr. Marcus, like I said, very clean mixing and mastering.
Thank you.
Walk me through the instruments. What was DI'd? What was actually mic'd? And go ahead.
Hold on. I do want to say something funny. Ask him what plugin he used for guitar.
Oh, do I even need to ask him? Can I just take a guess?
Yeah, you should guess.
All right, let me see. Was it Neural DSP
Actually, I
Gojira?
can't even remember. Oh shit! Yeah, I think it was.
he's like, oh shit, was it? Damn, he's a fortune teller. So it's funny because
he just bought.
Yeah. So the funny thing was, I don't remember if it was the last episode or the episode before. We had 3 bands plus myself. I use Gojira, and there was 3 other bands, and they all were using the Neural DSP Gojira. That is just such a amazing plugin for tunings and 7 strings, especially. That low, but yeah, great. So there's one question. So obviously they were DI through Gojira. What were the drums? Was that mic'd and triggered, or were we MIDIing it, or what?
It was MIDI'd. At the time, I believe they didn't have a drummer, so yeah, it was just kind of an. We would talk about parts, and we would kind of go over it, and then I would kind of just show them things. I kind of like, I guess, was on this project I was like a member as well, because I would write some stuff too, and then throw it to them and see if they would like it or not, and then it would kind of go back and forth and stuff like that.
So, for instance, like right after the guitar solo, the guitar riff right after the guitar solo, he wrote that. We didn't write that.
Oh, okay.
It was, he came up with, and that happens several times through the album. I mean, he just came up with, he had his own ideas. We're kind of all on the same page, same wavelength, and that's why we worked with him through this, honestly.
Yeah, I tell you what, there are bands out there that love doing that and working with their producers like that, and I think every time it's done, I think it's a great idea, because you kind of, I don't want to say you get like an outside opinion, but you're kind of getting an outside opinion and giving you something to chew on and think about to maybe improve what you have in your mind. So I always think collaborations like that are amazing, and no one should be scared to do it. Just to talk about the MIDI drums real quick too. I mean, if there are any drummers out there listening, or any in here, you guys gotta get your game together, man, because these MIDI drums don't play around, man. That you can get some amazing performances out of these MIDI drums, and you'll never know unless you ask, you know.
Well, and to be
Yeah,
fair,
you can make.
he's super humble. He plays drums, guitar. He has his own bands. Like he's super humble. He could literally do all that stuff. I mean, that's how he hears it and he recreates it. I mean, it's ridiculous. Seriously.
Yeah. And you know, we were talking about that again, either last episode before, but like, you know, the benefits of using MIDI drums are very astonishing, I guess, to say the least. Because I mean, there are a ton of bands out there that have some of the best drummers, you know, on the planet, and whenever they go to do the studio to do the actual tracks for their album, they'll let it get midied. You know, they'll sit back, let MIDI do its thing, and then they'll reserve their skills for the live show, man. Because it's just the precision and the consistent sound you get out of the MIDI is just kind of hard to beat. You know, with a live performance. So I don't say it's the way of the future, but it's definitely, you know, a big part of it. You know, but it was well done, man.
Sure.
It was well done. I mean,
Thank you.
Just a great mix, a great. Well, let me back up. A great mix on all the other instruments, and then you accompany it with a very clean MIDI drum. It was a very, very, very clean sounding track. I'll keep saying it. It was very, very clean. You definitely killed a lot of harshness that sometimes exists in a lot of the metal music. So you did a really good job. You killed the harshness without taking the edge off of it. You know, kudos to you for that, man.
On this project, their first song that they wrote was this called "Reverse These Thoughts," and on that one, it was just drums, bass, guitar. I mean, it was pretty straight up, like. And towards the end of it, you know, we started like kind of messing with like a keyboard, and I started adding like little synth parts underneath it all. And I remember Bryce was like, "Man, I don't, you know, I kind of want to add like all these sounds underneath it." And I was like, "All right, well, I'll do what I can." So that first song came out, and then once it was done, like I think we all kind of fell in love with that song. And and if you listen to the whole thing, from front to back, you kind of feel like that whole vibe is throughout the whole thing. So that was for me doing this whole project. That was the funnest part, was actually just like kind of producing. Like there's strings, there's, you know, like 808s, there's synths, you know, I mean, there's you got some like sound clips, you know. I mean, it was really fun doing this. It was a big project for me too, because we spent like almost 2 years going back and forth with different things. I mean, it was actually a while that we spent on this.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and to be honest, we never expected to have this grow to where it was what it did. Because I mean, we released this through Been There Seen That, the label. They they released a CD and it sold out in one day. We were all very surprised because we hadn't released anything physical since 2010. And it was pretty insane. So having his help was incredible.
Well, yeah, again, great choice, because especially if you guys were trying to put all those layers in there. I mean, if you don't have a very clean bass mix with all the other, you know, bass instruments, it's kind of hard to fit in all those extra elements and not lose it. So, you know, definitely great choice in engineer and producer to get you guys where you want to be. Again, man, amazing track. Definitely love it. And you know, you got, like I said, I'm gonna keep saying it, and I don't care if anyone gets tired of it. It will be on the Spotify Banger Wednesday playlist, and it's definitely gonna be one I'll look forward to hearing whenever it pops up, man. It's great, man. And again, Bryce, thank you for again stepping up and filling in an empty hole since one of the bands dropped, which is gonna be my segue for the next thing. So we're actually working I'm working with a group of guys, and we're kind of setting up a team, and we're going to try and do a spin-off of Banger Wednesday. And you guys know we're going to try and make a show, and we're going to dedicate that one to the bands, well, to the tracks of bands that can't actually make it on Banger Wednesday to represent themselves. We're going to take those tracks. We're going to have a little panel of artists, and we're going to review the tracks and deep dive and give them some attention on behalf of the bands. And, you know, we're going to add some variety stuff in it, you know, like maybe some metal inspired game show games. and it'll be a fun show. So I just wanted to plug that in. We're working on it. I don't know when we will start releasing those, and I don't know if it'll be on Wednesdays, right after Banger Wednesday or not. We're working it out, but we're making steps that way. And I also want to let everyone know that we're getting a lot of momentum on the Banger Wednesday show, so we're hoping to keep that going. And I'm setting a goal for us. I haven't decided yet, but when we hit that goal, I'm going to work on doing some giveaways to either the bands and or viewers. So, please keep showing up so you can be a part of it whenever we get that figured out. And, some of you guys may get some free stuff out of it. Well, some of you guys will get some free stuff out of it because that's the plan. And as long as we keep moving in that direction, it'll happen. With that said, thank you to all the bands that have shown up tonight. And thank you all for putting in the hard work to produce these amazing tracks. The track record on Banger Wednesday has been amazing. We haven't had anything that was subpar by any stretch of the means, and we've had all the different flavors. And I can't be more happy at how well all the episodes have gone. And we're getting great feedback from people viewing it. And obviously, like Brennan said, we're getting a lot of traction for a lot of the bands, getting them heard in places they're not usually heard. So that's what the whole show is about. Just bringing the community together, support each other, and get each other heard. So again, thank you all for showing up tonight with these tracks, and thank you everyone in Twitch for showing up for the show. If you enjoyed it and this was your first time, we are doing this show every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And if you want to be part of the show, if you're a band listening, or if you have friends that aren't aware of the show, tell them to hit me up, get their tracks submitted, and we get them on the show as well. We just keep this train moving. It takes all of us to, spread the word. So keep doing that. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that little follow button down there. Where is it? Like down there, I think, on Twitch. Hit that follow button. That way you get the alerts when we go live on Wednesdays. That way if you happen to forget, you'll get the little ping and you can show up and jam out with all these bands. I mean, I think that's one of the coolest parts about the show. Listening to the music's great because we all love music, but being able to be in that setting where you can talk directly to these guys and get to know them and build a relationship that way, I think that's amazing and something we're not used to. You normally see the stale music review shows on YouTube. Nothing against those guys that do it, but this is definitely a lot more interactive. So I said a lot. I talk a lot. Would anybody in Discord like to add anything before I shut this show down?
I just want to say one more time, thank you, Clayton and Dylan. I know y'all watching. Y'all did an incredible job, and thanks again, Marcus, for coming on here and explaining a little bit of that for us. Appreciate it again.
No problem.
Outstanding. All right. Well,
and awesome job, every band, y'all.
Yeah. I see Jared on the camera. You about to say something, bro? Oh, you still muted. Hit your mic button, bro. Vocalist, man, I swear.
Typing a message out. But you know what? Since I got everybody here, y'all were great. Y'all's songs are fire. Let's all follow each other on Facebook and help, build a community of fans so we can all make some success. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. So, I'm gonna piggyback on that. So there are some great metal groups out there. That's how I'm finding a lot of you guys. Obviously, I'm finding some of you guys on TikTok as well because we're trying to expand in that direction as well. There are some communities out there. If you need help finding them, hit me up. I'm a part of pretty much every single one of them. So hit me up. I'll get you hooked up. Also, we do have a Banger Wednesday Facebook page. You can find me there. Again, I'll help spread however we need. And I'm also in the process. This was an idea by one of the other bands on one of the shows. I am going to set up a Banger Wednesday kind of alumni page, kind of more of a private Facebook group. and that'll be really useful for you guys to, you know, stay in touch, link up whenever you're traveling, or if you're touring and you need places to go, you can kind of link up with that group. It's going to be a nice little networking thing. So again, yeah, his great point that he brought up, and if you guys need any help finding groups or finding bands in areas, hit me up. I got some connections here and there, so feel free to you know, use me as a resource. But yeah, man, I think that's about all I can say. What was it? Was it Forrest Gump? And that's all I got to say about that. Something. But yeah, anyway. Oh, I got people hopping in my Discord. But yeah, without further ado, we're gonna shut this show down, and we're gonna do so in fashion with I'm gonna say it again, the Banger Wednesday Spotify playlist. We're gonna play a track from one of the previous episodes, and again, I will see all you guys next Hump Day, Banger Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Remember to hit the follow button. Remember to follow all these bands and show the love. And you guys be safe, keep banging your heads, and we will see you guys soon. Take it easy. Later.
Bye.